Good morning. Day 177. I was walking by 4:45. Could have been walking earlier, but I just wanted it to be not light out, but semi-light out. I just didn't want to be battling, trying to find my way if anything wasn't super obvious. And by like 4:30, it's just starting to get light out, but it still takes until about 4:45 to get brighter. I mean, I used my headlamp a little bit for the first 10 or 15 minutes just because the forest is dark. It's been a really cobwebby morning. Hindsight, the 2 miles I didn't do last night wound up being pretty easy in comparison to what the terrain's been like in general lately. So could have definitely done that last night, but I was tired and I was sore. So whatever. I mean, started an hour earlier today, so it kind of evens out. Climbing right now, gonna be pretty much climbing all day, which is great because the downhill is the most time consuming. There's gonna be little bits of down in between all the peaks I have to do. Going up Poplar Ridge, there's gonna be a shelter in a mile or two. And then I'll go up Saddleback Junior, and then the Horn, and then Saddleback, and then all down to the road, which I'm hoping is I don't know, not that steep. That'd be great. Then I could make good time, hoping to be out to the road by 1 o'clock to get picked up by Mike. We will see. I'm so lucky. This is so hard, but it's so beautiful. I'm guessing that's where I'm going. I mean, I don't know anything, so maybe not, but I feel like that's right. Cause you'll be above tree line for a while there and then drop down there. Maybe that's town, who knows? Oh my gosh, it's a pine marten. Oh, he's looking at me. Hi, baby. Oh, wow, you can see him so well. Look at him. Hi, honey. Halfway through the day. I'm almost 8 miles in. 7.4 to go. Have a little descent. I wonder if that's Saddleback. It'd be sick if this descent wasn't super annoying and technical and didn't really slow me down. I would love that. If I could just keep making good time like I am, I'll definitely be there by 1. As you can see, this climb, this is so nice. This is everything I needed and more. I'm just trying to make partially decent time today. Just a little bit. I'm halfway through the day, maybe a little bit more than half. I am making perfect time, exactly how I hoped, and should be at the trailhead by 1. Mike, I just got service. This dude is an absolute legend. If you're watching this, thank you so much. You are like the coolest, nicest dude. I mean, already he's just done so much to help me when I was at Shaw's, and just with information that he's been sending me like all year about weather conditions and different stuff like that. But so he's gonna pick me up at the trailhead, and I just got service, and he messaged me, he's like, room's booked, like other stuff's figured out. It's just like such a weight off your shoulders when the terrain and the conditions is hard, and I'm just, you know, trying to figure stuff out and don't really have time to worry about booking anything or planning stuff. And yeah, I mean, to get a ride straight to town and then like assumptively to resupply, and the place is gonna have laundry. But in this moment, I'm feeling so grateful. And in addition to how grateful I am for Mike and just all these other wonderful people who are helping me, right now I knew I had like 1.6 miles, about a mile to drop down, a mile to go up, between the Horn and Saddleback. And I was just like, the descents have been really, not crazy technical, but like just enough to really slow you down, because I don't want to fall and die, break something. But then I just rounded this corner, and this descent is so nice and easy. This is gonna be a couple miles where I can actually make good time and not gonna be setting myself back. So I should definitely be on track for today. How kind. That's where I just came from. Boop. I made it. What a perfect day. The terrain has made me so grateful for walking on stuff like this. I would give it all up, anything in the world. This is incredible. I only have 1.5 miles to get down to the highway where Mike's gonna pick me up, so I'm definitely gonna be on time. Best case scenario, 15 minutes early, which I love. Not for lack of trying. I've been chugging, really just going as fast as I can. But obviously it's really hard when the terrain is like, this is as nice as it gets. So it can be pretty bad. But it did well. It'd be nice to get rewarded with a 1.5 miles of decent terrain. All right, the hiking day is wrapping up. It seems like this amazing trail is going to continue until the road. My best guess is that they maybe wanted to keep, actually no, because I just passed a dirt road. At first I was thinking it was just really nice because there's a shelter 2 miles in. So like for ease of access to the shelter, that the trail was like really like not bad at all. But who knows? I'm like 1/2 mile from the highway parking area right now. I'm gonna get picked up, go to town. I'm absolutely starving. Definitely didn't eat enough today because I just didn't want to stop and take the time at all. And it was pretty technical. I mean, I should have utilized a couple opportunities where there were like 2 or 3 miles of where I could have eaten while I hiked, but I didn't. I'm going to town, so that's okay. Pretty hyped. Part of me is obviously like, okay, 15.5 mile day, and I'm gonna go to town and spend the night. Like, it's not great, but whatever. And I really just need to be on the PCT like the 2nd of July or somewhere around that would be ideal. And that jives with I only have to, if I'm on the PCT again by somewhere between the 1st and the 3rd of July, I only have to average like 26 miles a day to finish by the end of November. I think that would be if I got there the 1st. So obviously just either bump the miles or bump it back by 2 days into December. but that works for me. This terrain's really hard, so I think this will be good for morale, doing the shorter day today and going into town. And then I'm contemplating, I might get to slack pack the first half of tomorrow, but then still do a full day, just like meet back up with Mike, and we'll see what he says. But then the following day, so it's like 46 miles from this trailhead to Bethel, which isn't a perfect breakdown, but I still might spend the night in Bethel in 2 nights. The lovely people, I believe it's the Knoll Hostel in town, wants me to stay there, and they've reached out a couple times. So I would love to do that. And then, the following day I'll finish Maine and finally wrap it all up. Just got to get through New Hampshire. But honestly, I'm pretty hyped for New Hampshire because Southern Maine, I think, is way harder than New Hampshire. Like, New Hampshire's just climbing. It's rocky and crazy, but most of the time the trail in between the mountains is pretty nice. Kind of like this gorgeous trail I'm on right now. But, I mean, I know, like, maybe the first half of tomorrow will be slightly easier, but it's gonna be a hard 3 remaining days in Southern Maine. I know it will be. Obviously still have to do the Mahoosic Arm, Mahoosic Notch, but I'll get it done. And it's close. It's almost over. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to be back out west for the whole rest of the year. Oh. All right, the day's wrapping up. It's been a rejuvenating day. Honestly, I needed this. I really did. Not to sound like a baby, because I realized I just did 3 full days, and then today was like a 15 mile. So, I mean, in these conditions, more than a half day, because I've been doing marathons in Maine are kind of where I'm capping right now. I guess I've been doing mostly like 25 miles a day, and depending on camping options, somewhere between 25 and 28 I think is very attainable for me. And obviously, like, the terrain out here fluctuates day to day and section by section. Today it was like it was easier for me to maintain 2-mile-an-hour pace. There were some parts of the day where I couldn't, and I went a teeny bit slower. There were some parts of the day where I went a little bit faster, and I think this was like, I did the best job predicting my pace and maintaining pace, but I like was really pushing all day. I never stopped and took breaks or anything for the whole 15.4 miles because I don't like making people wait. So if I tell someone I'm going to be here at 1, I want to be there at 1 or earlier. The last 2 miles getting out to the road, as you saw, were like delightful, really flat. And then Mike picked me up. We hung out in the parking lot, had some snacks, and then he drove me into Rangeley at this, I'll have to show views of outside, at this motel that I'm looking out the sliding glass door and I'm looking at this lake, and it's so pretty. And there was just like a mommy duck and baby ducks in the grass, and I can see them. And dude, this Mike is the man. Trail name No Miles. Just like absolutely incredible dude. Like even before today, like he's done a lot to help me this year, and he's done so much to help other hikers. He does every year and has for the last few years. I want to say since 2019 or 2020. But he had all this different resupply and stuff for me to choose from. So like I didn't have to spend time going to the grocery store, and I'm pretty glad. So originally I was thinking I really wanted to go into Bethel because there's the Knoll Hostel near Bethel. But Mike also like made me a piece of paper. Do I have it? It's over there. Which is so nice, where he knows I'm doing like 25-ish miles a day. So he broke down the next 3 days and like where I would camp if I did about 25 miles, or like what good camping options were in that range. And today is Thursday. If I do 25-mile days by Sunday night, so 3 full days, I will be in Gorham. So I was like, okay, like I can't go into Bethel. I can't because it turns the day getting into Gorham into a 30-something-mile day. It's just not going to be attainable. And looking at these days and the way they break down, they look like good 25s. I we will see what happens. I think the terrain is going to continue to be very slow and challenging. I think there's going to be ups and downs. I do recall that it wasn't like I feel like the section that I just went through the last few days was some of the hardest of southern Maine. Obviously, I haven't done the Mahoosic Notch. I know the Mahoosic Arm is very steep, and there are many other steep and technical climbs across Maine. But just looking at the map, I would like to think that it's going to be just as hard as what I've done or slightly better. I don't know. But I think with the right mindset and starting really early and stuff, 25-mile days are attainable. I think it was silly that yesterday I even mapped out to do a 29. And I think setting unrealistic goals has me getting in my head, and I need to just be practical. And it took me a few days to gauge what I'm capable of speed wise. And it's not me. I don't feel injured right now. Like, yeah, like I still have things going on. The funny thing is the last 4 days on trail, my hip flexor, piriformis, all of that has felt amazing. Basically at a 0 for any discomfort while hiking. Go to bed at night, I feel good. I'm good. I just got to town today, sat in a car, immediately limping. So, chairs and cars, like sitting in a standard position is not comfortable for me. My PT says that's actually really normal with piriformis, which is kind of makes me feel good. Like that actually makes a lot of sense why I'm feeling amazing on trail. And then like will randomly feel worse. And I think it's because I need to be walking or I need to be laying down. That's the only positions where I'm comfortable. What is the point of all this? Okay, whatever, setting realistic goals and stuff. I need to just know I'm going 2 miles an hour, and I'm not hiking 15 hours a day. I'm not going for an FKT. Why would I be hiking 15 miles a day? Like, yeah, if I was going for an FKT, I understand some of those people hike 15, 16-hour days. Gosh, you might even be hiking more. But Maine and New Hampshire will end. This is fractionally a very small portion of this hike. And I'm rambling. I don't know why I'm rambling so much, but yeah, I need to just ride this out. I'm so close. I am so close. I can taste it. I just needed to get friggin' 4 days out of the way to really gauge. But so my new plan, the exciting thing is I wanted to stay at the Knoll Hostel, and they actually just reached out to me again on Instagram. And then I noticed that they have an icon by Gorham. Obviously they're not right in Gorham, so I don't know if it's gonna it'll depend how time works and stuff, but if they do pick up from the road near Gorham and they could get me, I don't know, 6 or 7 p.m. Sunday evening, then yeah, I could go and stay there. They want to host me for the night. I would love to go stay there. I really wanted to go in from the Bethel area, but that would just involve doing 2 slightly shorter days, and it would make me not be able to go into Gorham because it would be a weird morning thing. I just wouldn't wind up doing it. So Gorham marks the end of Maine. Then I'm going into New Hampshire, and in New Hampshire, I basically just have to do Mariah, the Carters, like Carter Dome and stuff, drop down. There's still a detour around the Wildcats, so I'm not going to do the Wildcats unless this detour is lifted, which I don't think that it is, and then go up the presidentials, which I think are going to be much better from the south because the worst descent on the entire Appalachian Trail is Madison going Nobo in the presidentials. It is an absolute beast, terrible. It is the thing I've been dreading the most about this entire year. And guess what? Now I'm going north, which means I get to climb up the rocky mass and don't have to climb down. And I think going southbound through the presidentials, the way that you access those portions of mountain, I think it's easier to go southbound because when you go northbound, you're heading in the direction of no camping. So you basically have to like stay at a hut, or if you go further, you have to descend Madison because there's no other options. But if you go southbound, then as you get further, you pass Mount Washington, like you hit tree line. In my opinion, you hit tree line sooner and it's easier to finagle something. You don't have to go all the way down. I don't know. That doesn't probably make a lot of sense. Maybe the mileage, that's not actually true, but that's how it feels in my heart. But yes, today has been amazing. Wow, I've really rambled for 9 minutes. Today's been great. Mike's incredible. He brought me all this stuff to resupply. I'm in this, I mean, absolutely incredible space, charged everything, did laundry. He intentionally got a room 2 doors down from the laundry. And amazing. Just went out to one of the best dinners of my entire life. I got the most incredible filet with a peppercorn glazy like au jus and Brussels sprouts for an appetizer and freaking creme brulee for dessert. I'm so well fed. I needed this so bad, and I have three 25-mile days. That's all I need to do is 3 hard 25-mile days the next 3 days, and I will be in Gorham for the night, Sunday night. And no, the hard won't end. But the thing that I think is very different between Maine and New Hampshire, and maybe I'll prove myself wrong when I get back in New Hampshire, is from what I recall, it's like, yes, the mountains in New Hampshire are tall and they're technical. I don't mind that. The worst part about Maine is that when you're not climbing mountains, it's just constant rocks and roots and ridiculously slow going terrain. I think it's even more slow going than the climbing. And I mean, yeah, so we'll see. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't remember anything at all, but I'm pretty hyped to wrap this up, dude. Oh my gosh. So soon, I'm almost done. But it's been a great day. That's all I gotta say.